Hailey Bieber leaves hair salon wearing her husband Justin's initials around her neck. After opening up about past marital problems, Hailey Bieber paid tribute to her husband Justin by wearing his initials around her neck, after opening up about their past marital problems. As she walked out a hair salon in Los Angeles on Monday, the supermodel looked incredible with a fresh blowout and chocolate brown hair. The Vogue cover girl, who officially ditched her signature blonde hair last week, rocked a long black leather jacket, plain t-shirt and combat boots. She accessorized with a gold chain with diamond charms that spelled out her spouse's full name, JDB, Justin Drew Bieber. While the lovebirds just celebrated 3 years of marriage in September, they have been candid about working through communication issues. In an interview with the podcast In Good Faith with Chelsea and Judah Smith on Monday, Hailey recalled an emotional phone call she had with her mother Kenya during a difficult time in her marriage to Justin. "I remember I called her a few different times. One particular time when we were in Brooklyn and I was calling her, I was crying, and I was like, I just can't do it. There's no way that I'm going to be able to do this if it's going to be like this forever," the model remembered. But Kenya, who has been married to Hailey's father Stephen Baldwin for over, was not fazed by the confession, and reminded her daughter that the rough patch was only temporary. "And I just remember she was so calm on the phone and she was like, it's going to pass, and you're going to be fine and he's going to be healthy and we're here for you," she said. The model believes overcoming the rough patch would have been 10 times harder, had it not been for the support her mother. "And I do feel like we just had a lot of support. I feel like if I didn't have support, it would have been 10 times harder, and it was already the hardest thing in my life at the time." Hailey, who was appearing on the podcast with her husband, also said she was glad to have stuck by him despite all their trials and tribulations. "I was in it. I made a decision. I know for a fact that I've loved this person for a very long time and now would not be the time to give up on him. I just wouldn't do that to him," she admitted. "Imagine abandoning somebody in the middle of the worst time of their life, potentially. I'm not that type of a person. So I was going to stick it out no matter what the outcome was going to be." Before that, Justin got candid about his struggles with mental health, which he was battling leading up to their wedding in September 2018. The two had been dating for years prior but had split in 2016 before rekindling their romance in 2018 before getting engaged in July of that year. He said, "I had experienced so many things in my life. So many milestones and traveled the world and seen everywhere in the world. And I just got to a place where I was lonely, and I just didn't want to do it all alone. I realized there was some serious healing I needed to go through in order to get to a place where I could be in a healthy, serious relationship because I had a lot of trauma and scars. So I just committed to working on those things and getting healthy." Justin ultimately sought treatment in early 2019 for his mental health and bravely spoke publicly about his depression, which led him to cancel his Purpose World Tour 2 years prior. The Purpose hitmaker said, "Luckily, Hailey accepted me as I was. Even when we got married, there was still a lot of damage and hurt that I still needed to work through, but you've seen my heart through it all." Communication seems to be one of the key things in their relationship, as Hailey admitted. "We always had so many conversations about, what were our goals? Where did we want to end up at a certain age? We always talked about wanting to be married and be young, and have a young family, and have kids young.